Gemini, welcome to the full moon in Sagittarius for May 23rd, 2024. Full moons close out cycles. This can be from the prior new moon, but it can be from other cycles as we've been through the cycles of the solar and the lunar eclipses. You have, for the direction this reading is going in, is the number 3, which is the Trinity. It's a creative energy. It's the creative principle. People, so obviously that's going to include some people which are friends and colleagues, so you will be busy with that. That's perfect for Gemini. They are a very social sign, and also quite earthbound, work-oriented people. Great at chatting, and I don't have to tell you that, so very social. So this can be a very social time for you. It is spring, summer, so there can be a lot of things happening for you in terms of enjoying the outdoors, getting out, meeting people, very social activities happening now. But it's also very possible that there can be some creative solutions where friends and colleagues are concerned. But we'll have a look and see what the reading holds. The first column is where you find yourself at the time of the full moon, and also if you are consciously closing something out. The second column is you, how you feel about it, what you're thinking, what you're doing, but is your actions in regards to this situation at the time of the full moon. And 2 weeks, right? It's a 2-week period. So you have the Knight of Wands. And the last column, nice. And the last column is probable outcome. Probable because some things we can change. Forewarned is forearmed, and some things we are meant to experience. Always for our growth, always for the betterment of our understanding as a human and having a human experience. All right, so let's have a look here. The Hierophant and the 8 of Wands. The Hierophant can be large organizations, small organizations, but they are organizations. So anything from the DMV to schools to hospitals to government. It is asking permission. It is my card of no, so you may get a no answer, you may give a no answer. If it was here, I would say you may give a no answer, but in this case, maybe you have received a no answer, or I have to first ask permission, get permits, fill out more paperwork, stand in line, that kind of thing. It's you're not privy to everything. We have to go through initiations and that sort of thing to get more information where the Hierophant is concerned. It can also be marriage, right? It's also because it's the card of tradition, it's associated with Taurus. So it is the card of tradition. But we have to have the key, right? And in order to get the key, we have to jump through hoops and fill out forms and learn particular verses, that sort of thing. However, you do have the 8 of Wands with that, and so that is things moving quite swiftly, especially if all your thoughts are moving in the same direction. This is Mercury in Sagittarius, and that's very much a card of, right, where thoughts go, energy flows. So this is the Law of Attraction card. But everything seems to be moving in the right direction. Even if you do have to ask for permission or get permits or that sort of thing, it does seem that things move quite swiftly for you, Gemini. There can be a lot of communication as well. especially where friends and colleagues are concerned, because this is definitely the communication card, as it is Mercury, right? And Sagittarians, so Mercury and Sagittarians are very social people, mostly. Um, so they like to be members of something, and so perhaps you are trying to find membership within a situation or a group, that kind of thing. You have with this the Queen of Swords in a work situation, if you work within a large organization or an organization period, which honestly most work scenarios are an organization. Maybe there is a Queen of Swords there who can be a very good manager, sometimes critical, but that's why they're put into these positions. So they're not always that easy to work with, but they are quite intelligent. The Queen of Swords is very often somebody with pointy or sharp features. So they can have a pointy chin, high cheekbones, sharp eyes. They have a critical mind, but they can also have a critical tongue that goes with it, meaning they can speak quite critically. They do want to have clarity, especially in the mind, but this can kick up kind of some dust on the ground. So that's what I mean. But I feel a little bit like a critical thinking, or this person, this colleague, or this friend may be instrumental in helping you to move forward with a situation. That's what it feels like to me, or maybe that can just be a scenario for a few people. I'm asked to pull another card here, which I don't normally do. Yeah, see, keeping your perspective on a higher level will help out on over the competition. That's what this card is. These are the things that can knock you down or try to knock you down from your position, whether that's people, whether that's a no answer, whether that's an organization that won't help you to move forward. Keep your perspective high, right? A higher perspective. And this is a very competitive energy. But still you have that Eight of Wands, and that's something that moves very swiftly. So I like that for you. And you have the Knight of Wands and the Sun card. So the Knight of Wands can be a lot of, again, communication. It can be a bit of an erratic energy, but it is communicative. For me, it is about texts, emails, a lot of communication going back and forth, maybe phone calls, that sort of thing. Usually it's electric or electronic. But it's some interesting news messages that may come in that bring the sun, right? And this is a very social energy for me. The sun is being in the spotlight, it's feeling social, it's wanting to go out and enjoy life and have fun. It is a healing energy, maybe in the spotlight. Negatively aspected, it can be mania, right? But otherwise, it's a really pleasant card. Feeling sunny, feeling social, especially with that Knight of Wands. You could just be really chatty and want to be conversing quite a bit. And you have the sun and the moon. So that's what I mean by an erratic energy. So maybe one minute you're feeling chatty and social, and the next you kind of want to, you feel a little more internal. Perhaps because the moon can be things that are not seen clearly, or it can be like your deep subconscious fears that come up. Maybe you have to speak in front of a group and there could be fears, right? The spotlight put on you kind of thing. But it can just be, the moon is, right, the dogs are barking at the moon, there's nothing to fear. The moon isn't scary. And so it's about facing your fears. And once you do, they no longer have a hold on you. And so there can be some enlightenment where that's concerned, right? Maybe you are facing a particular fear with the sun card, And once you do that, it doesn't have a hold on you anymore. You've put a spotlight on it. But I do feel in this case there's an erratic energy here. So I think maybe sometimes you'll feel very peppy and want to be out and feeling very social, and shortly after or the next day or you know the next moment you can feel some insecurities, or you can feel that things aren't as clear as you thought they were, or again just sort of facing your fears of I think for somebody maybe a fear of being in public, or being around people, or being in the spotlight. Then you have the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords as an outcome card. Now the Page of Pentacles is my Capricorn card, and Capricorn is all about empowerment. This can be a young person around you who could be worried about something. Again, this is a friend, probably because you have friends and colleagues, so it can be on that level. And this may be somebody who allows a thought or a worry to kind of take over, and it creates a life of its own, and we may believe it. And this person may or may not be able to speak what is in their emotional heart. The Capricorn card, Capricorn is half goat and half fish. So they do have a very emotional, watery, intuitive side, but they're also the goat, right? So they just have that stubbornness about them, but they can reach great heights because they can take any small crevice to move upward. Um, this is somebody who may have just learned something new that they're ready to show the world what they can do, ready to start something new with what they've just learned. Um, but there could be a worry behind it. There could be a fear, again, with like the moon card there. There can be a fear in regards to this. So this may even be you, right? Or you may be talking to somebody and giving them encouragement, right? You're the sun. You're saying, get over your fears, or let me help you through your fears, or that sort of thing. You can be helping them through a situation. And it will go very well with the Six of Wands. Now this is victory and success, but after a difficult kind of pressure period. But this is bringing a group to victory. Victory in group situations. It is the Valor card. And it's kind of like you can take a moment to enjoy a victory lap. You know there's more to go because it's number 6, right? But it brings things into balance a little bit. It is the number 6, so that means we're not fully at 10. And we have a bit of ways to go, but take this time to take a victory lap. There may be some people singing praises about this situation, or maybe this Page of Pentacles is very grateful and sings your praises for your help and how you've enlightened them in some way. What does Spirit want you to know? You have prosperity. Prosperity is flowing towards you, so be open to receiving it. I do think things will go quite well here with possible colleagues and friends. Maybe you're working on a group project or something. It should go very well for you. And there may, like I said, there may be a few people who have, because there's competition card here, right? So there's some competitive energy. Now this doesn't have to be other people, but it can be situations and things that try to knock you down from your situation, from your high road. And if you notice, he has 2 different shoes on, so he's kind of been like a surprise attack. And he had to run out of the house really quick, and he just threw on whatever shoes he could find. So it's kind of that maybe something unexpected. It is 7, and 7 is a unique number, and it is the surprise card, or surprise number rather, the frequency of Uranus. So maybe something like that, right? and it could be within the organization, but it looks like things kind of go your way, and eventually there's victory in the situation. All right. Both of these cards are marriage cards, so perhaps somebody is getting married. We're inviting friends and colleagues to the situation. There could be nervousness, right? And that the groom may be like, or even the bride, who knows, are a little bit like, should I, shouldn't I don't know. But eventually, I guess things go well. And it is, again, about facing your fears. That can be a scenario for somebody that I'm picking up here. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for listening. I will return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Until then, take good care. Bye for now.